Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to really get under the hood of products and ideas.
Yep, cut through the marketing speak.
Today, it's the Dewalt 20V Max XR cordless jigsaw, the DCS334B model specifically.
A popular one.
Definitely, we've gone through product reports, FAQs, tons of user reviews of the works.
Our mission, as always, is to pull out the key stuff, maybe some surprises, so you really understand this tool and, where it fits in the Dewalt picture.
Okay, let's jump right in with the questions that pop up all the time in the sources.
Yeah.
First big one, battery. Does it come with one?
No, that's crucial. It's sold as bare tool only.
Meaning if you already have Dewalt 20V Max batteries and a charger, you're set.
Right, but if you're new to their system, you've got to buy those separately. That's an immediate extra cost to factor in.
Good flag.
Yeah.
Okay, next, blades. What kind does it take?
Exclusively T-shank blades. That's it.
Just T-shank. Was that always the case?
No, actually. It's a deliberate change from the older model, the DCS331. Apparently, there were some, let's say, persistent issues with U-shank blades not gripping properly.
So they evolved the design. Makes sense. And changing those T-shank blades easy.
Yeah, seems very straightforward. The sources call it an all-metal lever-action keyless blade change. Sounds pretty quick.
Okay. And can it handle metal or just wood?
It can cut metal, absolutely. You just need the right type of T-shank blade for metal and obviously use the variable speed control effectively.
Gotcha. Now, I saw mentions of a dust blower.
Yes, and this is an important distinction. It has an integrated dust blower. Its job is to clear the dust away from your cut line so you can see better.
So it blows, it doesn't suck.
Exactly, it doesn't collect the dust. If you want actual dust collection, like hooking up a vacuum, you need to buy a separate accessory.
Unlike some competitors where that might be built in or included.
Correct. Something to keep in mind depending on your workshop setup and, well, how much you hate sawdust.
Okay, useful clarification. But here's where I think it gets really interesting. Understanding the Dewalt brand itself, it wasn't always this, pro-grade powerhouse.
Right. It started way back in 1924. Raymond E. Dewalt invented the Wonder Worker, a radial arm saw aimed at boosting productivity for woodworkers.
A very practical origin.
But the Dewalt brand, as we know it today, that was largely shaped much later, in 1992.
What happened then?
Black & Decker, which owned Dewalt, did this massive rebranding. They called it the Acura concept internally.
Like the car brand.
Precisely. The idea was to take the Dewalt name and elevate it, position it squarely as a premium professional grade line, hence the guaranteed tough slogan.
So distancing it from Black & Decker's more consumer-focused image.
Exactly. It was a strategic move to compete directly with the likes of Milwaukee and Bosch in the pro market. Now, of course, it's all under the Stanley Black & Decker umbrella.
And this specific jigsaw, the DCS334B, fits that pro image.
Definitely. It came out late 2018, replacing the older DCS331 from around 2012. The big leap was the brushless motor.
That's the XR part of the name, right?
Yep. XR means brushless. And that translates to, well, generally more power from the battery, longer runtime per charge, and better tool longevity because there are no brushes to wear out. It's a significant upgrade.
Okay, so technically advanced. How does it perform in the real world, according to users?
Overwhelmingly positive, actually. We're talking a 4.8 out of 5-star average across over 8,600 global ratings. That's quite high.
Wow. What do people like most?
The power, definitely. Smooth operation, surprisingly low vibration for a jigsaw. Good ergonomics, people find it comfortable to hold.
And the cordless convenience, I assume.
Oh, absolutely. Plus that easy tool-free blade change we mentioned and a bright LED light to eliminate the cut line. Lots of positives.
So with a 4.8 average, sounds like a clear winner, almost a slam dunk.
Well, this is where it gets nuanced. While most users are happy, there's let's say, a small but vocal minority, often professional users, who report some pretty serious problems.
Okay, like what?
The most consistent complaint seems to be the tool just shutting down, stopping dead under moderate or heavy load.
Cutting out. Why would it do that?
The speculation is overly sensitive electronic overload protection. Basically, the tool thinks it's being pushed too hard and cuts power to protect itself, maybe too eagerly for some pro applications.
That'd be frustrating. Anything else?
Some reports of blade tracking issues, the blade not cutting perfectly straight or some wobble. Yeah. And it still lacks features common on rivals, like a built-in dust collection port, as we discussed, or a trigger lock-on button for extended cuts.
Right, no lock-on. Yeah. Okay, so putting this all together, what does this mean for you, the listener, trying to decide?
First big thing is handle style. This model, the DCS334B, has a D handle, sometimes called a top handle, with a variable speed trigger. Great for general cutting where you control speed with your finger.
But there's another version.
Yes, the DCS335B. Same tool internally, but with a barrel grip. It usually has an on-off switch and speed dial instead of a variable trigger.
Why choose one over the other?
Ergonomics and application, mostly. Some users find the barrel grip offers more control, especially for intricate cuts, or when using the saw upside down. The D handle is maybe more traditional for general work. It's personal preference, really.
Okay, handle choice. What else?
The whole battery ecosystem thing we touched on earlier, if you're already kitted out with Dewalt 20V Max gear, adding this bare tool is pretty cost-effective.
But for newcomers?
For newcomers, that initial buy-in tool, battery charger, is significantly more expensive. And don't forget that potential hidden cost if you need the dust collection adapter that's extra too.
So bottom line it for us.
You need to weigh the incredibly strong positive feedback from the vast majority against these specific reliability complaints from a smaller group of heavier users. How demanding will your use be? Professional daily driver or occasional DIY and hobby work?
That seems key. So our deep dive shows the DCS334B is clearly a very popular, powerful, well-regarded tool overall.
Absolutely. Highly rated, feature-rich within the Dewalt system.
But with specific characteristics. The bare tool nature, the T-shank exclusivity, the blower knot collector, and these reported potential issues under heavy load that really define it.
Exactly. Which, brings up a broader point, perhaps.
Go on.
It sort of raises an important question for anyone researching products today. In a world filled with aggregated star ratings, how do you, as someone trying to make an informed choice, truly assess reliability when a small but maybe critical group reports significant failures? How much weight do you give those outliers?
That's definitely something to think about beyond just this one tool. How do you balance the crowd wisdom with those critical minority reports?
Something to ponder.